Welcome to another session on digital marketing. So, in the last few weeks, we have started with discussion on marketing strategy steps. Right? We started off with the setting of required goals, then how the goal should be specific, measurable, achievable, and relevant and time bound. And then we discussed about selecting the target audience, how your target audience, and how you create a customer persona. And then last week we discussed about selecting your marketing channels. So you have your marketing channels include own media, paid media, and earned media. And then we discussed about what all constitute under these subheads. So this week we will be discussing about creating marketing content and media plan, and also we will just do a brief introduction to analytics, marketing analytics, as to how do we measure whether we have done how well we have performed in our marketing campaign. So a media plan contains all the details regarding the ads that you are planning to run across all the media channels. So it should typically include details such as who your target audience is and what your budget is for. Let's say you want to run a campaign, ad campaign to have some budget. So basis that budget, you will also decide which channels to run in and how many days you want to run in, duration or which all channels you will use. Probably certain video ads might be more costlier compared to this ads like simple image based ads or some text based ads or some email campaigns. So depending on your budget and who your target audience is and what all media channels are you using, you will also have to consider for your duration, basis which you will do. And then you will have something called as key performance indicators, KPIs. Now KPIs decide how well your ad has done. Let's say you have spent 1,000 rupees to run an ad campaign. Just take an example. Say you have spent 10,000 rupees to run an ad campaign, but you found that before the ad campaign your monthly sales was, let's say, doing about 1 lakh or 50,000 or 1 lakh, some arbitrary number. But once you have run the campaign for 10,000, you suddenly found that you have been able to do a business of 5 lakhs, for example, or 6 lakhs or 10 lakhs for that example matter. Now that, you see, is what your incremental business that you have got. Is it only because of the ads that you have run, or is it also because of the seasonality or the change of duration? You have to consider all of this, and that becomes part of what we call as key performance indicators. So typical steps that you include in your media plan should be: first, you identify what your business goal is. You set a business goal. You're at the top of the business. You have a business strategy and a goal. We have discussed about this earlier as well, right? So once you have your business goal, then you will have your marketing team have their own goal, and then you will try to identify your target audience if it isn't already been done. Let's say you're doing a specific campaign for a new segment completely. Let's say your business organization has launched a new division, and now they are wanting to set a different specific target of achieving 20% growth in the business. So your marketing team will try to identify a marketing goal associated with it. Since we're talking about 20% growth, let's say we will talk about having 50% growth in awareness and other metrics. Similarly, so since this is a completely new edition, maybe you'll also want to identify your target audience in case that hasn't been done yet. And then you will have to do your your performance or campaign goals, targets you'll have to set. For example, if sales growth is your campaign target, then your brand awareness can be a marketing goal, so that the more awareness happens, the more it will be able to reach. Then you will select your media channels, which all media channels will use, and then you will determine and document your various media plans. Now when we talk about media channels, right, we can let's say your target demographic is a young audience, so you will prefer channels where these young users are usually reliant on, where they are placed. Probably go to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you might, and let's say you're wanting to do some video ads, maybe you'll use YouTube. Or let's say you're a publisher, who has this business of publishing content in news agencies, let's say. So Twitter is an amazing platform in that case, because it curates content on a timeline basis. So it's a very good way to reach out to customers, your audience. So different businesses have different channels which are more suitable compared to other channels. And once you have done with your ad, you will now want to analyze results. So what we call as performance target. It's a goal which is measurable and has a numeric value to it. Some of the examples are, let's say, return on ad spend, return on investment, cost per acquisition, cost per click. All of these become part of your measurements and analysis of whatever ads that you have run. A basis which you can determine whether your ad is a successful ad or whether it is a successful ad, what needs to be changed and what need not be changed. So we will discuss more about this in the next session. Data analytics. Here's a platform you can use, which is similarly, there's another Facebook Ads Manager. Let's say you're running a social media campaign, then Facebook Ads Manager is an excellent platform to analyze all your results. So similarly, there are other platforms as well. I have just included these two as examples. You can use many more. Thank you.